These signs mean you are ready to leave the narcissist. Escaping the narcissist's stranglehold is very difficult. It takes some time and a lot of self-awareness before you're ready to take that final leap, and the healing process after the breakup will take time as well. And although the narcissist wants no part of it, it's vital that you make it happen, because you need to get your life back. You need to regain your sanity. It's time to get back to who you once were. At the end of every video I make, I always include a mantra, and it starts by saying, watch for the signs. So in this video, I'm going to share some signs you should look for to help you know if it's time to end your relationship with the narcissist and take back control of your life. One of the first signs to look for is how you are reacting to your partner. Are you finding yourself being less affected by a lot of the abuse? Are you not taking as much offense to what they say and do to you? Does it feel less personal? When you start to realize that narcissists behave and react in certain ways, no matter what the circumstance is and no matter who they are around, you should recognize this as a sign. It's a sign that should be telling you there's really no point in being offended by them or taking them seriously at all. Because in all honesty, they view you as they view everyone else. You really aren't anything different or special to them. Once you begin to fully understand this and you start becoming unfazed by their behavior, you'll stop taking them seriously. And that's okay, because you shouldn't be taking them seriously anyway. They're going to hate it, but it's the truth. When you stop validating them and stop allowing them to provoke you, it will drive them nuts. And that's actually a good thing, because being able to get you to respond to their bullshit is all they care about anyway. And when you don't give them that satisfaction, you're starting to gain back your control. When you're able to reduce your level of engagement with them, it sends a huge message that you just aren't interested. You don't need their validation anymore, and you aren't the problem in the relationship. Narcissists want you to believe that something is wrong with you, and because they never take responsibility for anything, whatever goes wrong in your relationship falls at your feet. It's all your fault, right? When you realize that they are the problem, it's a massive step towards becoming emotionally detached, and the things they say and do will stop having such a negative effect on you. You'll just eventually stop taking their emotional jabs personally. Narcissists want you to be affected by their actions. They're always fishing for a negative reaction, any negative engagement they can get. So when you're able to shut that down, when you stop allowing them to frustrate you and confuse you, they'll realize they won't be able to manipulate you anymore. Another sign is your ability to easily forgive the narcissist. When you've stopped taking them so seriously and you're no longer offended by their behavior, it's a lot easier to forgive them. But just because you forgive them, it doesn't mean you should forget what they did. When you forgive someone, it's a way to try and let go of your anger and resentment towards them. It doesn't mean you're going to reconcile with this person. It's just making the choice to let go of that anger and not let that anger control you. You'll find this easier to do when you realize that a narcissist has no problem hurting anyone. They'll keep on doing what they do, no matter who they're around or what the situation is. So just stop allowing it to affect you. All that narcissist wants is for us to be as bitter, mean, lonely, unhappy, and depressed as they are. And when you aren't able to let go of your anger and forgive them, it's going to stop you from moving forward. When you can pull yourself out of that gutter and rise above all that bullshit the narcissist is spewing and show them they can no longer keep you down, it's going to be a huge win for you. When you can show complete indifference to them, you don't hate them, you don't love them, you just don't show them any cards. They'll know their ability to manipulate you has just flown out the window. The last sign I'll talk about in this video is when you have recognized what you've gotten into and decide it's time to reevaluate your relationship and set some firm boundaries before things get more out of hand. It's time for the abuse to stop. It's time you put your foot down and not let it go on even one more day. Setting your boundaries will vary based on individual circumstances. So if you're married, you obviously can't just go completely no contact, but you can limit your communication to a bare minimum. And the key is to engage as little as possible. Keep conversations as superficial as possible. And try your best to keep your composure. Don't allow them to drag you into any conflicts. And if you aren't married, some of you may need to go full no contact, where you block them from everything. And for others, it might be just limiting contact to certain days or times. Again, it all depends on individual circumstances. The whole point of setting these boundaries is to gain back control of your life. And when you can set the proper boundaries for whatever your situation is, it sends a strong message to the narcissist. It lets them know that they are no longer going to control you, and it shows them you are no longer afraid of them. When you can master these three things, your life will start to get back on a positive path. And then it's time you put the focus back on you. Set some new goals. Find new friends. Rekindle old relationships. Find a hobby, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is to get back to doing what makes you happy. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep looking for the signs. Stay alert, be vigilant, be strong, be brave, and go live your best life today.